Hello, everybody. Today I'm beginning a series of sessions that I'm going to post just reading out of Miles Monroe book. First, The Purpose for Living book by Miles Monroe, one of my mentors from a long time ago. He's dead now. He and his wife and his daughter, and he died in a helicopter accident. Very tragic. But anyway, words live on. Words never die. So I'm going to read a chapter or two out of his book and then comment on it just to help us all be all we can be, okay? First caption is The Wealthiest Spot on Earth. This is the Bible scripture. Now to him who is able to do immeasurably more than we ask or imagine according to the power that works within us. Ephesians 3:20. This is the book quote, Understanding Your Potential. Let me adjust this camera. I think I'm a little too close. There you go. Hey. Okay, the wealthiest spot on the planet is not the oil fields of Kuwait, Iraq, or Saudi Arabia. Neither is it the gold and diamond mines of South Africa, the uranium mines of the Soviet Union, or the silver mines of Africa. Though it may surprise you, the richest deposits on our planet lie just a few blocks from where you live. They rest in your local cemetery or graveyard, buried beneath the soil. Within the walls of those sacred grounds are dreams that never came to pass, songs that never were sung, books that never were written, paintings that never were filled a canvas, ideas that were never shared, visions that never became reality, inventions that were never designed, plans that never went beyond the drawing board of the mind, and purposes that were never fulfilled. Our graveyards are filled with potential, the operative word here being potential, that remained just that, potential. What a tragedy. Only a minute percentage of the 5 billion people on this planet will experience a significant portion of their true potential. Are you a candidate for contributing to the wealth of the cemetery? Ask yourself the following questions. Who am I? Number 1, who am I? Number 2, why am I here? Number 3, how much potential do I have? Number 4, what am I capable of doing? Number 5, by what criteria should I measure my ability? Number 6, who sets the standards? Number 7, by what process can I maximize my ability? Number 8, what are my limitations? Okay, there are 8 of these questions that each of us must ask ourselves to help us reach our full potential. Once again, I'm going to go over them again. Number 1, who am I? Number 2, why am I here? Number 3, how much potential do I have? Number 4, what am I capable of doing? Number 5, what criteria should I measure my ability by? Number 6, who sets the standards? Number 7, by what process can I maximize my ability? Number 8, what are my limitations? Within the answers of these questions lies the key to a fulfilled, effective life. One of the greatest tragedies in life is to watch potential die untapped. Many potentially great men and women never realize their potential because they do not understand the nature and concept of the potential principle. As God has revealed to me the nature of potential, I received a burden to teach others what I have learned. There's a wealth of potential in you. I know because God has shown me the vast store He has placed in me. My purpose is to help you understand that potential and get it out. You must decide you must decide if you are going to rob the world or bless it with the rich, valuable, potent, untapped resources locked away within you. You are more than you have done. One of the greatest tragedies in life is to watch potential die untapped. Think about it. Let's go over these one by one. Who am I? Who were you designed to be? Who are you? Whose child are you? You're a child of the Most High God. He's all potential. You're his child. You should be able to realize the potential that he's placed in you. You should be able to do more than you've done up to this point. Go for it. Make your life happen. Make things happen. Make things happen. Shine. Don't be afraid to shine. Shine. Number 2, why am I here? What purpose? For what purpose? You're not put on this earth just to go to work, make a living, slave for someone else, carry out their dreams and visions, help them build their dreams and visions, while your dreams are never fulfilled. You are not put on this earth for that. You are made for more. Who are you? You're important to the rest of us. You're a child of God. Number 3, how much potential do I have? You have great potential. You have all the potential that God put inside of you. We cannot compare ourselves to others or our potential to their potential. The potential God placed in you is great beyond your wildest imagination. Take an apple, for instance. You may, if I hold an apple in my hand and ask you, what is this? You'd say an apple. But the truth is, that may be fact, but the truth is that's more than an apple. That's a forest. That's an orchard of apples. That's millions of apples. Within that apple lie seeds. Everything in life has the seed principle in it. Within that apple are seeds that have trees in them, that have seeds in them, that have trees in them, that have... You understand what I'm saying? Potential is like that. You have great potential. Work to bring it out. It's going to take study. It's going to take improving yourself, but you can do it. Number 4, what am I capable of doing? You can do all things. Never doubt your ability. Never doubt yourself. Never doubt what you have inside to bring to fruition for the rest of us and for the good of the world, your family, and yourself. Never doubt it. Number 4, what am I capable of doing? I think I just covered that one. Number 5, by what criteria should I measure my ability? There's only one criteria to measure your ability, unlimited. Your ability is directly connected to the Most High God. Your ability, if you've given your life to the Lord, is directly connected with the Most High God. That's the criteria. Will it help others? Will it increase others? Will it help others to be all they can be? That's the criteria. Number 6, who sets the standards? Man definitely can't set the standard because man is evil and crooked from his heart. So he cannot set the standard. The standard must be set by the Creator. Number 7, by what process can I maximize my ability? By study. Simply this. We're 3-part beings. We're spirit, soul or mind, and body. The spirit must be connected to God. The spirit must be maintained by the Word of God, taking in the Word of God, which is spirit. The mind, you must renew your mind. You must study. You must study. You must study. You must study. You must put in work. The physical, you must eat right. You must take care of yourself. These things are not difficult. These things are, the process is very simple. That word process means a series of actions that lead to a determined end is a great definition for the word process. You must have a strategy, a systematic plan of action designed to accomplish specific goals. Okay, get that? A systematic plan of action designed to accomplish specific goals. Those are goals, specific goals. You can't be a sweeping generality. You have to aim at a target to hit it. Let's aim. Let's just aim at what we want in life and work to get there. Number 8, what are my limitations? You have no limitations. Of course, there are natural laws that must be obeyed. You can't jump off of a building and think that you're going to float. Not going to happen. You'll be breaking the law of gravity. If you break that law, I can assure you, however you may be believing, you're going to die. So let's not do stupid stuff. What are my limitations? My limitations are only set by the creator of the universe. If I see it in his word, if he's intended it for me, I'm going to accomplish those things. I'm going to go for that, and I'm going to accomplish exactly what I want to accomplish as long as it's within the confines of what he intended or how he intended a thing to function. So, this is the end of today's study in Miles Monroe's book, The Purposeful Living book, 365 Days to Understanding, Releasing, and Maximizing Your Potential. Each day I'm going to share a chapter out of this book. I'm going to read it, then I'm going to commentate on it, and I hope that it helps all of us to be better at whatever it is we decide to do or whatever we're called to do. The next book I'm going to read out of it is Robert Kiyosaki, Rich Dad Companies. I know most of you may have heard of Robert Kiyosaki. Robert Kiyosaki is a multimillionaire entrepreneur, and he shares what's called the cash flow quadrant. Many of you have heard of the cash flow quadrant. Others may not have heard of it. The cash flow quadrant is picture a cross or a T, more like a cross. Anyway, picture a cross, even lines, horizontal and vertical and horizontal. Now, ESBI, picture an E in the left upper corner, S in the left lower corner, B in the right upper corner, I in the right lower corner. E stands for employee, S stands for self-employed or specialists such as doctors, entrepreneurs, and small business owners. B in the upper right-hand corner stands for big business. And finally, the I in the lower right-hand corner stands for investments. Ultimately, we want to work our way off of this side, the left side. We want to work our way to the right side. ES, employee, small business. We want to get rid of that side, and we'll get over here with a positive cash flow is, where you don't have to work, but you have your big business. You're putting people to work, actually helping society. And investments, where you're actually investing and having your money to work for you. Anyway, that's called the ESBI cash flow quadrant, created by none other than Robert Kiyosaki. Now, I'm going to read out of his book, and I'm going to start in chapter 1. And just read. I want to give you a picture. This is a picture of the cash flow quadrant. That's what I'm saying. The E is backwards, of course, but ESBI cash flow quadrant. Excuse me. So, let's read a chapter of this book. It says, what is the difference between an employee and an entrepreneur? Starting with the right mindset. When I was growing up, my poor dad often said, go to school, get a good grades, and you can find a good job with good benefits. He was encouraging me to become an employee. My rich dad often said, his rich dad was his friend's dad, and he was rich. My rich dad often said, learn to build your own business and hire good people. He was encouraging me to become an entrepreneur. One day I asked my rich dad what was the difference between an employee and an entrepreneur. His reply was, employees look for a job after the business is built. Entrepreneurs' work begins before there is a business, and entrepreneurs' work begins before there is a business. 99% failure rate. Statistics show 90% of all new businesses failed within the first 5 years. Statistics also show that 90% of the 10% that survive the first 5 years fail before their 10th anniversary. In other words, approximately 99% of all startup businesses failed within 10 years. Why? While the reasons are many, the following are some of the more critical ones. Number one, our schools train students to become employees who look for jobs rather than train entrepreneurs who create jobs and businesses. Number two, the skills to be a good employee are not the same skills required to be a good entrepreneur. Number three, many entrepreneurs fail to build a business. Instead, they work hard building a job that they own. In other words, the S, small business. They become self-employed rather than business owners. Number four, many entrepreneurs work longer hours and are paid less per hour than their employees. Hence, many quit out of exhaustion. Number five, many new entrepreneurs start without enough real life experience and without enough capital. Number six, many entrepreneurs have a great product or service but don't have the business skills to build a successful business around that product or service. Okay, let's just go over these one at a time. Our schools train students to be employees who look for jobs rather than train entrepreneurs who create jobs and businesses. Think about it. Your school is not going to teach you about owning a business, putting other people to work. They're teaching you reading or writing and arithmetic. While those things are necessary, it's necessary to learn those things, they'll never teach you anything that goes beyond the academic world. Why? Because they don't know. This was brought about way back in the industrial age when they needed hands. They didn't need people thinking. They didn't need you thinking about your own business. All they needed was a person to man the machinery. That's all they needed. So this goes back to that mindset which is ingrained in society, where they don't teach you anything about entrepreneurship. They teach you about working for someone, building the corporation, building someone else's dream. These things turn my stomach when I think of them. I'll build my own dream. Let's build our dream. Let's put people to work. Let's make society better by providing things, providing jobs for people, being the ones who make the decisions, not the one who always have to be told what to do. Number two, the skills to be a good employee are not the same skills required to be a good entrepreneur. As I said, to be a good employee, all you have to do is just do what your boss tells you to do. Do what your supervisor says to do. Do what your manager says to do, like a good little person. Okay? I'm not getting down on jobs. You have to start somewhere, but you have to work your way out of the left side of the quadrant and work your way to the right side, B and I side of the quadrant, of the cash flow quadrant. Number three, many entrepreneurs fail to build a business. Instead, they work hard building a job that they own. He's talking about the small business, self-employed part of the quadrant, the lower left-hand corner. They become self-employed rather than business owners. And I know how that feels, putting in the long hours, working and working and working until you build a business that's on the right-hand side where you don't have to be there, yet your money continues to flow into your bank accounts. You're on the left-hand side of the quadrant. We're going to work our way off of the left-hand side of the quadrant and onto the right-hand side of the quadrant. Number four, many entrepreneurs work longer hours and they are paid less per hour than their employees. Hence, many quit out of exhaustion. While I do have my business where I am actually being paid now, and I'm still working in it. I'm still on the left-hand side of the quadrant, but I'm working to become a big business owner, a business owner where I put people to work and I don't have to actually necessarily be there to do that. I own a travel agency, and one thing I want to do is I want to go to the French Riviera. I've never gone there. I'm going to work to be on the right-hand side of the quadrant so that I can be absent from the actual day-to-day, the matrix of the business. Not matrix, the metrics. Metrics is the result of the day-to-day operation of the business. That's the definition of metrics. A result of the day-to-day operation of the business. Metrics. I want to be away from that. And I want to be on the beaches of the world, traveling the world, helping others in other countries, stuff like that, while my businesses are continuing to function. Number 5, many new entrepreneurs start without enough real-life experience and without enough capital. That's one thing I did do right. Actually, I say I did it right, but I didn't. I've driven trucks for years, and now I've owned trucks for years, and I've been on the left-hand side of the quadrant and the S quadrant a long time now. It's finally working. It's taken a long time. One thing I can say about my wife and I, we've stayed the course. We didn't give up. We stayed the course, and now it's working. But we are working to get off of the left-hand side of the quadrant onto the right side of the quadrant. One good thing about it, I was a truck driver before. I was a company driver before I became a trucking company owner. That helped me in that I knew what it took. This is what they're saying here. Many new entrepreneurs start without enough real-life experience and without enough capital. The capital was not an option because my boss just took us all into the office one day and asked us how would we like to own our own trucking company. In other words, he set us up with bank accounts, showed us how to do it, everything. He showed us how to do everything it is to run a trucking company. He didn't do this strictly for us. He did it for himself too. Because by shifting the onus of the trucks, because we used to really have bad driving habits, me and everyone else he set up. So he shifted the onus off of him onto us by setting us up with our own companies, paying us more money. But now, if something happens, then we would kill someone because we, like I said, we're the same man you see before you now. And we did many crazy things when I first started to drive trucks. Anyhow, let's go to number 6. Number 6, many entrepreneurs have a great product or service, but don't have the business skills to build a successful business around that product or service. Now, what he's saying there is simply what Robert Kiyosaki is saying there is many entrepreneurs don't have business skills. For instance, me, I knew how to drive trucks, but I failed several times in the trucking business or industry simply because I didn't know the business side of it. You cannot just have the experience. I knew how to drive trucks with the best of them. Tractor trailers, all types of trucks. There's not a truck I can't drive. However, I did not have the experience that it took to run a business. Therefore, the business failed. And as I said before, I'm just getting to the point, or recently I've gotten to the point where things are working now. I'm acquiring equipment. I'm putting people to work. I'm providing good living. I'm providing a good living for 2 families. That makes me feel good because I'm not just in it for myself. However, you must learn business. Learn the business basics. Learn what it means to be in business. Learn the strategies that it takes to win in business. You must study. You must turn off the boob tube long enough to study to show yourself approved. Study the Word of God. Get some answers. Study other books. Study. Get yourself some books and read. You know that old saying says that the surest way to keep things from the mind of black people is to put it in a book. Don't prove them wrong. Don't prove them right, I mean. Prove them wrong. Let's go for it, people. Let's go for it. I'm going to come to you all every day with one of these broadcasts or one of these posts in the hopes that what I share will help you be a better person for you and your family and for the rest of us. We can do it. Let's go for it. Have a great day, everybody.